All right, we're on. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second episode of the TOUTTE podcast. TOUTTE, of course, stands for Two of Us Till the End. I am Bryce, and I'm here with Ryan the lettuce. I guess I'm the cheese or something. How are we doing
Yeah,
today, Ryan? Parentheses the lettuce and parentheses.
I'm doing fantastic. I may have lost one of my fellow burger boys, but I think we can still stand strong as a five I love and all guys alliance. As Ashley famously said, two strong guys have never made it to the end before. I want to
Oh,
change that as one of the burger boys.
who said? Wait, who said that?
Ashley.
Ashley said two strong guys had never been to the end. I thought she watched the show. Okay, well
I
that's
thought so too, Bryce.
first draft pick, baby. That's how we do it
She
around
said
these
it
parts.
She said it to Lauren, I'm pretty sure, who is actually a fan, but I don't think Lauren corrected her.
And she said, I want to change that. She wants two strong guys to get to the end.
Well, she said that keeping Zay would be a good idea because two strong guys don't make it to the end anyways.
All right. Well, that's gonna be our pitch when we get on Big Brother. Two strong guys
Oh,
never
it's
made it.
when they bring back the duos twist.
The duos twist, and they put in Bryce the sesame seed bun and Ryan the lettuce, and bring him into the
The
season.
bun and cheese are already taken, Bryce. You got to come up with something new.
I
The
don't
lettuce might
fucking
have also been
remember
taken.
who was what fucking condiment. Can I be? Whatever. I'm from Chicago. I'll be the mustard.
Well, Bryce, I can help you remember. I can help you remember. Okay.
Okay, who's who?
Um,
I will say before you go,
Somebody
all I
was the
remember is that
patty.
Zay's explanation was that it just feels right, and I respect that. Okay, who is who?
Well, that was for the cheese. You don't remember that Zay is the bun because he holds the alliance together, and that he's also got buns, and he
He
has
does
cake.
have buns. He does have cake. I know. That's why I'm kind of sad about this eviction. Um,
I don't remember who anyone else is. I know they said barbecue sauce, cheese, and patty. I'm hoping lettuce wasn't the fifth.
who's who's putting barbecue sauce on their burgers? I know there's some burgers with barbecue sauce, but I feel like it's like a niche.
I don't. That was a
I
top
think
five
Will was the
option.
barbecue sauce. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Well,
Anyways,
sorry to the burger boys stands out there. We don't know who was what condiment. Anyways, yes. We just finished an episode. Our persons they went home, so we're gonna do a little recap here, talk about kind of what went on throughout the week, and then we're gonna do the TOUTTE tier list. So we're gonna rank everyone on that tier list that everyone uses, S through F. And be hashtag brave, hashtag controversial, talk about where our draft's at. But first, we're just going to recap the week, recap what happened. More specifically, in this here episode, what did you think of this week, this episode, the season, all that stuff so far? Ryan, parentheses, the lettuce.
all right. Well, first things first. Last time we talked, we didn't even know Rachel was going to be in the game, so I think we got to talk about that for a little bit
Okay.
because I had been I had heard the rumors. I know I talked about it last time, and I said that it didn't make sense because she posted on social media. I got to be real. I wasn't following the clues because I didn't care. Um, but then right after we recorded that, then the last clue dropped of the license plate, and it was cracked within 5 seconds. And then I realized I was probably wrong, but it was a little too late to backtrack on that.
Right.
But Rachel's in the game, Bryce, and
What?
my first Big Brother season was 14. So I've never watched a Rachel season play out as it happens. I've only seen them in past tense. So this is my first time watching Rachel in real time. I don't know
I
what
guess
your
same to
perspective.
me. My first was 15. Oh no, wait, no. My first was 14. Wait.
Oh my god, wait.
Wait, it's kind of like two of us to the end, actually.
Hold
Like,
on, you're
wait,
cooking.
wait. That's why they call listen. That's why they call me the mayonnaise. You know.
That's
Um,
not taken. That's not taken.
it's So I haven't either. So, but I think she's a little. We'll get into it. Unfortunately, my prediction of Casey Anthony incorrect was not her.
Well, no, obviously Rachel is a much more controversial figure.
I'm
Shocked
happy with it.
I'm
I've
shocked
always
that they
liked
managed to get her.
I've always liked it. Like I was one of those weird people who was team vets, and then they rigged. I was one of those people like they rigged it, and I was like, yes, they rigged it. Like I don't even care. Like she sucks so love Lily, and I think with how like annoying and like boring everyone tends to be in newer seasons, we need someone who's just like psychotic. Granted, she seems like a bit toned down version of herself who like rehearses everything, but I'm happy she's here. Although I feel like I remember you not being the biggest Rachel stan, so I don't know what your thoughts were on it, but
I can get into that. So, like, obviously, like when I did watch Rachel, my main exposure to Rachel, I don't know if I've told you this. My family was an Amazing Race family. We would watch
she was
Amazing
even worse
Race
on Amazing Race.
as it aired. So I watched Rachel in the Amazing Race 3 times, and not only me, but my entire family were not fans. I was too young to be like at a point where I could understand the appeal and good TV of somebody who is annoying, and like brings drama. So like I was a young child that I was like, I want her to be quiet. But
Well, yes.
now as I've aged, now I understand the appeal a lot more. Like I've seen her on Traders. I thought she was fine. I think that I'm not opposed to seeing her in the house. I'm never a fan of one returnee, like two returnees, even
Yeah.
four returnees is like fine. I'd rather it be a half and half, or I'd rather it be like a full returnee. I like they could have got Rachel for any fucking returnee season, and they threw her in with new people
Yeah.
instead. And I'm disappointed by that.
So I have two things to say. First of all, it does just feel like they had Suri last year. It felt like they're like, we have a season, and they're like, fuck, we need a twist. Rachel, you want to go on? She's like, okay. Like that's kind of what it feels like. But also, Amazing Race, Rachel. This is something that has irked me forever, and no one talks about it. The most famous video of Rachel ever, in my opinion. It's this YouTube video has like 5 billion views, and it's called like "Spoiled Girl Won't Shave Her Head for $1 million." You know what I'm talking about, and everyone's seen that fucking video, whether you like Amazing Race, Big Brother, or not. And it's Rachel going to the fast forward, having a breakdown, and being like, "No, I'm not going to shave my head." And every comment is like, "Wow, she's so vain. She won't shave her head for $1 million." And it always has pissed me off because people watch that video and believe she will win $1 million if she shaves her head. No, no, it's like final 8. You just need to not get last. They're in first place. So if she shaves her head, they'll get first place on that leg and win like a Travelocity trip to like Michigan or something, right? So she doesn't shave her head and they get like 4th or something and they survive. So it is not shaving her head for $1 million. It's shaving her head not to get like a $500 vacation from Travelocity and surviving. So I just need to put that into the universe because every like couple of years it gets recommended and I take a trip to the comments and it makes me pissed off. So that's
Okay,
my statement.
I've never seen that outside of when the episode aired. Like we watched that, and my family like still occasionally quotes it to this day because I don't remember the exact money amount anymore. But she was like, "I just paid $500 for extensions." But I found out I made my friend group who doesn't know Big Brother watch the premiere with me because I'm planning on making a PowerPoint to recap the season. I wanted them to have a feel for the players. When Rachel showed up, one of my friends went, wait, hold on a minute. Is she the one that got in the fight with Reagan? She had seen the Reagan and Rachel fight, and I had no fucking idea. And she didn't know it was from Big Brother.
People know that because she kind of got like Rachel is notorious. I've found, and as we already might have seen, for just like losing fights.
She's not good in fights, no.
She's not great at them, but she is so great at them. Also, if you rewatch that fight, she's so funny. She's like, "Oh, Reagan, would you like some gooey cookies?" And then she's like, "Oh, like, I don't. You're supposed to be gay, but you suck at it. Like, you suck at it."
You know, she showed the whole friend group the fight. It was fantastic. They didn't know what a have-not was, so I right before the cookies thing, I said, "Oh, by the way, some people are have-nots. They can't like eat actual food, and Reagan's a have-not." And then she goes, Hey Reagan, I'm about to make some really warm, gooey, delicious cookies. Do you want any?
It's so good. Um,
She's a queen. But
so
also
she,
in the episode tonight, they didn't even air her best line against Zay. She had like one actually good line. I don't remember what it was, but I remember reading it on Twitter and I remember like waiting for it and then it didn't happen. So
listen to quote. Wow, great story by the way.
thank you.
She said a thing that I don't remember that didn't happen. Amazing. Um, more on that at 5. But I loved that she's getting in the drama. She's pissed, but every time she's arguing, I just keep thinking like, someone needs to clip that Keanu line where he's like, "How long did it take you to come up with that?" Because she has this rehearsed, and I don't even mind, but like I don't know.
No, yeah,
Um,
rehearsed fights in general, I'm much higher on after Big Brother 26 because as we know, Queen Angela was rehearsing for like hours straight, not getting any sleep before she yelled at Matt. So like rehearse all you want, it's gold.
and she saved Big Brother. What if I said she saved Big Brother? That's what I'm
But
saying.
also like the Keanu did eat Jimmy the fuck up in that. Like Jimmy, first of all, like Jimmy did say Keanu's name first, and then was shocked that Keanu wanted to go for him. I truly don't know what that headspace is. But
I'm
then Keanu just not
I'm
reacting was so gold.
I'm Team Jimmy honestly just because the side he chose,
I
but
mean, yeah,
like he's doing way too much, and it somehow in these arguments, like the person who writes like a 5, I've been a victim of this. Like if you write like a 5-page MLA cited essay and then someone just goes like LOLK, the LOLK wins, you know. And Keanu was the LOLK. Is like, how long did it take you to write that shit? And end it. This man's like quoting fucking Housewives, Drag Race, chucking sunglasses. Like, I'm a snake and I bite. Like, enough out of you. Okay, wait. We should start from the beginning of the week, though, right? At least,
I mean,
perchance,
I don't think we need to do a full recap, partially because I couldn't keep track of that shit.
a
Um,
brief recap. All right, we'll do a brief recap for the people who listen, for the millions of fans who only watch TOUTTE and don't watch the show. You know how it is.
that's true. That's
Um,
true. Okay,
all
start us
33 of
off.
our viewers, 32 of our viewers. We had 33 viewers and it went to 32, by the way. So whoever you are who did that, fuck you.
No,
Um,
no. It's okay. We know you'll come back. We appreciate
yes.
you being there in the first place.
Mhm.
Bryce is not the most sober right now. He doesn't mean what he
I'm
says.
not the least sober. This is about to be oute. This is gonna be one of us till the end.
Well,
Um, all right. So yes, I'm not the most sober. Whatever. Okay. Fucking 3 kids in a trench coat. Vince. One HOA.
is he tall enough to be 3 kids in a trench coat? He gives like
Maybe
five
2.
six.
I don't know. And the one thing he didn't do was take off that fucking beanie. I said this last week and I'm still mad. He has a full head of hair. He has a beautiful hairline and a beautiful, like, he's got a good head of hair and puts on this off-color ass beanie and it pisses me off, but he wins. Okay, whatever. And puts up Ashley, Amy, and Zay. Yeah, Zay. And because Amy cried and Ashley took a shower. Ashley girl boss queens and wins the stick your face in a toilet veto.
Okay, wait. Before that, they had to pick players for veto. You didn't watch the veto episode, right?
I watched it today. I watched it today.
Okay. Yeah, so before she won the veto, they had to pick players, to which of course she was late because she was taking another shower.
They're so wrong. I know they waited for her to get in the shower. And they're like, it's time for veto picks. Like they set that girl up. I'm telling you,
And they ate with that.
they kind of did. I kind of live for it. I don't know. Ashley won veto, and everyone was going to send her home, and then the house just exploded, and now everyone's a disaster. Everyone's a mess. Kelly said, "I love Tucker. I am Tucker. I'm going to volunteer to go up, so they don't think that I'm aligned with you." So she
Which
goes up.
also, hold on, I'm
Everyone still
interrupting
thinks
again.
that she's aligned
No,
with him. It doesn't work,
yeah,
and everyone knows she volunteered for that
like
reason.
her reasoning was they won't know we're together, and then Vince and Kelly spent the entire week of Vince being like, I don't want Kelly to go home, like I trust her, and we're friends and we're allies, and if she goes home then that'll make me look stupid because we're working together. Okay, then why the fuck did you nom her?
There's other ways to hide that, other than being nominated.
And also, like him not nominating her specifically when there's 10 other options, just because one they don't think every single person he didn't nominate is aligned with him.
And you know what? It's impossible because everyone now, because Vince didn't nom Catherine, everyone's like, Vince and Catherine, that's a duo. They're like,
Yeah, Vince, you didn't say
listen,
Vince and
Vince didn't
Catherine are in a
fucking
showmance?
Riley. That's the duo right there.
Oh my
Like,
God.
but you know what? I guess it worked out. She lived her Tucker fantasy this week. So
she did.
She wasn't the first boot against all odds. But she was a lot. Yes.
Okay, so
and
yeah,
sorry,
finish
what
the
were you saying? The entire house divided after those 3 nominations. It started as like Jimmy versus Keanu, with Jimmy doing his weird little speech. And then it kind of expanded into, now I kind of think of it as like Rachel's side versus Zach's side. And the votes were a mess. Everyone was pitching everything. Rachel was Satan. No one knew it was going to be 7-7. Everyone promised everyone. Will said yes to everyone. Fucking Riley dedicated his life to Catherine, and then the vote came, Was there anything that stuck out to you into the scrambling period? Because I feel like I have 10 years of content to say, and it's so much to say that I almost just want to say, like, everyone did everything and no one made sense. Girls
I don't
ended up with girls versus boys, which is fun to me. I don't know.
It is. We're absolutely not going into all the detail of all of it. If you want better recaps, there's better recaps out there that went day by day. We're not getting into everything. My standouts, me alongside a lot of other people, are loving the little Ava Will of it all, because first of all, what a fucking pairing. Never would have expected that in a million years. But also just the fact that they're able to speak so candidly with each other, and they were both swing votes that could have potentially been extremely important. I think that was really interesting to me. The fact that, first of all, Will also was like agreeing with Ava and saying that he'd keep Amy over everyone, and then didn't. So I don't know if there's going to be
or maybe they're not
any fallout with that. But also expanding from them alongside Adrian, Vince, Zach, Lauren, that being an alliance now. Like them yesterday on the feeds, maybe it was today. Ava was just like, yeah, like I'm voting with the girls this time, but after that, then like it's the alliance and like a girl boss icon queen. But like I think that entire dynamic is really funny. I think that entire alliance is like interesting.
It is.
Those are the people I have my eyes on the most because I'm the most interested to see what they specifically do, because I feel like they're a little less locked down.
Yes. We also have to talk about, listen, the dedicated TOUTTE fans know that there was a lot of chatter about Ryan standing Lauren, me standing Catherine, neither of us agreeing, and they've become a duo, and they were also swing votes. So that stood out to me too, is them kind of running through the house, telling everyone they don't know what they're going to do until like 0.01 seconds before the vote. So it was really fun. It was just a really fun week 1. I'm really excited for how the season is going to go. I think everyone's a mess. Everyone is bad at the game, which is great. And everyone's ready to fight. They're down to clown. And we've got a girls' alliance that's kind of working. Like, whoa. So that would be pretty crazy. And, one last thing that we should talk about before we get into this tier list, because we'll go into more detail on everyone's games and moves when we talk about them person by person and rank them. AI Arena, Blockbuster. Last time you were a hater. Um, I was less of a hater because I'm smart, cool, and amazing. But I was skeptical, and I know you were too. Like, oh, it's gonna ruin the game. It's a good twist. I hate it. It does make it fun. It does
I'm
make it fun.
I'm still so conflicted because in theory, like Big Brother twists never work how Big Brother wants it to. So in theory, if this were like
Yeah,
any other season, it's not working this well. I don't know what they're doing
it
to make
doesn't.
it work twice in a row because in theory, I don't see how this actually like
I'm
you know
gonna
what
tell
I
you why
do
it
in
works.
this situation? I do what like some of the people were doing it that could ruin it, where like Rachel was just like, I'm saving Amy, I'm evicting Zay. If
Yeah,
everyone did that, this
it,
twist would be boring as fuck. But people are too wishy-washy to fucking do that. Because I
it
understand like you don't want to say you're voting out two different people and then one of them stays no matter what.
mhm.
So like I guess it makes sense on paper, but I also feel like I think it works right now because the house is so unstable. But I think if solid things form quickly, or
Mhm.
just like if any HOH had any common fucking sense, the issue is every HOH that's happened with this twist, like none of them just straightforward nom like these three people are working together, one of them will leave. Oh well.
Also, though, in weeks where there's been like a common target, 9 times out of 10, that person wins the AI every
Also
time.
that. I still can't tell if we're getting lucky or if I'm so used to seeing the downsides of twists that I refuse to believe that the upsides will
Yeah.
continue to happen. So I'm still skeptical. But if the upsides do happen, it is a very good twist, and I will admit that.
My skepticism is still there, but it keeps dying down because I don't want to believe it. But I'm starting like the thing about it that makes it good is it just increases the chaos a smidge. It makes it so it's impossible to go with the house, right? Every single person, no one's going to tell someone that they're going home, and no one's going to be concrete with a lot of people because there is a amazing shot that any there's only 3 people competing. There's an amazing shot that any of them can come in and be like, "You told everyone you were evicting me," you know, and then go win
Mhm.
HOH. So everyone has to, by that logic, be a little wishy washy and a little non-committal. So no one knows where the fuck the votes are going. The nominees are debating with each other about where to vote. And you have to plan for 3 different scenarios. And when you have to plan for 3 scenarios instead of just one, it makes just everything 10 times more complicated, and everyone is stupid, so they can't keep up with things that are 10 times more complicated. Most of the time people are like, it's one vote, I guess I'll vote with the house. Oh fuck, what's the house on all 3 votes? I don't know, I'm an idiot. So they don't know, and then chaos happens. So I think it's fun. People also like to not say what they're going to do in one specific situation because that's never going to happen, and then if it happens they're like, oh fuck, I don't know what I'm going to do. So
Mhm. Like
it's good.
I think there are definitely upsides because like we didn't see the scenario, but like if Amy won the arena or the
Mhm.
blockbuster, and it was Zay versus Kelly, I think if the nominees on a normal week were just Zay versus Kelly, that Kelly leaves there. But I think based on how everything that I was seeing, I think it would have ended up being Zay because
Yes.
people like an Ashley, people like a Lauren, people like even potentially a Will or Ava. I think all of them were leaning towards wanting Zay to stay, but because there was so much uncertainty, I think there would have been enough votes to where Kelly would end up staying instead there. But I think on a normal week, Kelly probably gets the boot there because more people were wanting Zay to stay. They just didn't think it would
Yes.
happen.
If this is just these 3 people are nominated, Kelly gone. But it's not. So
Like, I think this twist, thinking about it, it's very much, at least this week, everyone knows that in Big Brother, perception is reality. So I think people like Rachel starting to just be like, yeah, based on my talks, like Zay leaves no matter what and Amy stays no matter what.
everyone's like, okay.
I think her saying that, then other people start parroting it. At that point, it's too late because nobody's going to try to figure out if it's false or not because that's the perception.
Like, I don't think Lauren would have. Listen, we'll get into it. I think more people wanted Day to stay, but just didn't because Rachel
Yeah.
said it. Um, but yeah, fair enough. All right. Do we want to get into these rankings, perchance?
Yes, and I have an idea for the order we go in. Like I know we did like
Oh,
cast rankings and shit alphabetical. I would like to
Well, there is.
personally.
Well, I'm actually gonna stop you right there. It comes in an ordered list already, and my plan was just to click on one and then say, where do we put them?
Yeah, but I mean, like for I don't want to like order top down. I mean the order that we talk about the people.
Yeah, the order we talk, like it gives you, it just has everyone all next to each other. So I was just gonna go one, like just down the list and put them in
It's
a
fucking
tier.
boring. Why can't we? Hear me
Because
out.
I don't know where I'm gonna put anyone until I see them.
No, I agree, but I would just want to talk about those people and place them in not the order that's there. I want to talk about. I want to go down our drafts and top to bottom pick because I think that starts a lot of
Okay,
interesting
we can do that.
conversations because
That works for me. I'm
we had a lot of
flexible.
hopes about people that may or may not have changed. I think
All
they're
right,
good
we'll go in
conversations.
order of our draft. That's a great idea because we did draft last time, and our picks were picks. They listen. We didn't know. All right, we gave it our best shot, so we'll see. For the record, also for those who don't know, whoever got the first person booted off did not get the secret player. I had Zay, so Ryan gets Rachel. Amazing.
Which
All right.
means that I have a 9-7 advantage.
But you know what they say about 9-7 advantages? They're stupid and lame.
Okay, Bryce, the first player drafted. Are you gonna pull
Wait,
this up?
I'm screen sharing. Look at me. Wait. I need to be technologically savvy. Hang on. Okay, share
Bryce, I told
screen. Share. All right. Do we see my screen? We ready to go?
we sure don't.
Oh, I need to have it enter the studio. Add to stage. Bang. Now we see.
Okay. So Bryce, the first person drafted by yours truly, Bryce, was Ashley.
Yes.
Um,
So I'll go first because she's mine. All right, and then we'll average where we're at.
okay.
So she seemed so lovely, great, amazing. To me, she has seemed like someone who is great strategically, maybe not so great socially. She started the game about as terrible as you could possibly start with her 17-hour shower where she did whatever. And she was probably on the way out the door, but then she girl boss, gate kept, won the veto. And I think after that actually integrated herself well. I felt like she is in a tight trio with Amy and Rachel. She's also still aware she's on the bottom of that and was kind of the only one who was like, hey, like maybe it's not so great that everyone thinks of us as a three when the other two didn't care, and tried to kind of make some inroads with the other side and kind of lied about that. I don't think she's in the best spot, but it's been up and down week. I have her in like a C tier. Ooh, I need to add a tier also. Wait. Add row
You need to add
below.
a tier.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be an F.
Oh, I just assumed the D was F. Usually tier lists skip D, but
Well, guess what? There's an F. So
I think
my vote for her was a C, but what do you think about Ashley this first tier
I,
week?
I think remove the D tier. I think 5 tiers should be enough. We can add it back later if we need to. With Ashley,
No.
I don't know what you're talking about with great strategically. I think she has some decent ideas, but I think like obviously trying to separate herself from the obvious trio was smart. She was up until last night still thinking about trying to keep Zay, which is a horrendous move. He's directly coming after her and her allies. Even if he doesn't nominate her, she's losing multiple people around her, and he's likely to keep winning competitions. And she's never going to be someone he works with long term. And he was still trying to, like, Ashley and Lauren were having a conversation where Lauren, like, Ashley was kept hinting towards wanting Zay to stay, and Lauren was picking up on it.
Whoa.
But she thought that, like, Ashley was trying to trick her because in Lauren's mind, she's like, why the fuck would you ever want to keep Zay? Because it doesn't make sense.
Because why would you?
I I think I'm extremely confused by her gameplay. She would have gone home if she was on the block. She is still unaware socially. I think she's still making social mistakes. I was also going to say C when there were 5 tiers. Now that there's 6, I'm between a
D.
C and a D.
I'm okay with a D or a C. I could go with a D. I think her position's actually okay,
I think
but
her.
she
I
talks
think
too
it
damn
depends
much.
on who wins. I think it's rocky on who wins HOH because I feel like, for example, if somebody that would be targeting Rachel wins HOH and they just nominate the trio, not only is there a chance Rachel wins one of the two competitions,
Mhm.
but even if those three are on the block, I feel like Rachel would have enough support to where Ashley's the biggest target of the three.
Yeah, she could. I think it would still be Rachel, but we'll see.
I think
Um,
like the other side would want to target Rachel, but I think Rachel either has a high enough chance of winning a competition or having enough support to where she would stay over Ashley anyways.
yeah.
So
All right.
because
What
of
do we
that,
think?
I would say D over C, but we
I'll
can
go
adjust
D.
these things.
Now that you mention it, like she was unanimously going home if she didn't win veto. I'm gonna put that in D. Um, but I do see the potential for her to rise, and I see the potential for her to fall. But I feel like I don't know. I get the vibe this is gonna be her worst week, and I think she's gonna get better.
I
I might
do
eat my
agree with
words.
that. But I think for now, her current gameplay that I saw this week is D gameplay.
It was a bit of a mess. Yeah.
Okay, my first pick was Keanu. Put him in F tier.
F
Um,
minus. Jesus fucking Christ. Great first picks we
um,
had, huh?
okay, so Keanu. Oh god, I still don't even truly know everything that happened. All I know is that before Vince went to make a renom, like 10 different people said put up Keanu, and the only reason Vince didn't is that Keanu and Jimmy are going to target each other.
Yep. And I guess Rachel convinced him a bit.
Yeah, like there's still Keanu actively, to my knowledge, has the most people that are directly coming for him and or at the very, very best willing to put him up as a pawn. Like
Yep.
I think if theoretically every single person in the game were to win an HOH and like veto slash blockbuster weren't a factor, I think Keanu was the most likely person to go home the next week. And
Yeah.
it's strictly because of things he did. He's still actively currently not trusting Rachel, who was one of the few people that was actively telling him correct and true information and wanted
Yup.
to work with him because he's just willing to believe anything that the bros tell him while he's actively not even in
Ugh.
the bro alliance. It is
He's such a
he's
fucking
not a good
bro.
he's not a good player. He's
Crazy.
not a good player.
Also, side
Like,
note, I just checked Jokers for the HOH and tell me why I got a Sean Hannity ad. That's all
you
I'm
got a
saying.
what?
Yeah, I just checked Jokers to see if we had the HOH and there was a big Sean Hannity ad that popped
I
up.
don't know what
So
that is.
he's a Fox News reporter. So Jokers is canceled forever.
Great.
Okay. Yes, I agree with everything you said about Keanu. I our king. That's our king. That's our one. That's the three to the end.
True.
I came in liking Keanu, maybe not as much as you, clearly. But I didn't expect him to be this bad. He is just a mess. He's just a diva. He's just a mess. Granted, he ate the fuck up out of Jimmy with his one liner, as we said earlier. So maybe I'll put him in S tier for that. But um, yeah, he seems like one of those people who will never want to admit that he doesn't have control and know absolutely everything, and he really doesn't know what's going on a lot. He has kind of accidentally stumbled into some allies. He has the dude bros with him. So
But like they don't even trust him. He trusts them. They don't give a fuck about him.
I think after this vote, they're gonna just like reluctantly align with him because he voted with them, but he's very disposable. He got into some crazy drama. He trusted the wrong people, and I think if he just like took a breath and chilled this week, people would have liked him. But you could just see him spiraling this week. And
Mm-hmm.
honestly, if Vince was not an idiot, he would have been evicted this week. So maybe he can have an upswing from here. There's clearly some form of a brain in there, and he just doesn't really know the game as well as I thought he would. Um, our dungeon sex master Keanu, but yeah, bad week for Keanu. Bad week for him. I'll agree with F.
I think his only chance of recovery this week is not to win HOH himself, because I don't fucking trust him with an HOH. Absolutely not.
I want him to win HOH.
I
I know
think
he does, but
his only chance of longevity in this game is if somebody with bigger fish to fry who would not put him up wins HOH, and he does absolutely nothing. If he does anything, he's not going. Like, he needs to have people forget he's there and let other targets start happening and just sit there. And he's not going to do that. But if he does, I think that's his only chance.
I don't know what his chance is, Carl. Like he needs to chill on Rachel and like breathe. But he's not. He's gonna just keep this Jimmy drama going.
Well, no, he believes Jimmy now, even though I think Jimmy's still going after him. Jimmy said, "Hey, Keanu, want to chill out?" And he said, "Okay."
Wah, wah.
Okay, speaking of which, Bryce, start us off with your second draft
pick.
Jimmy.
God, we suck at this. Jimmy's a goddamn fucking mess. Are we kidding right now? Like,
but
this diva was
he's
like...
a mess with allies.
He is a mess with allies. Here's the tea. So he's like, I'm going to make a fucking show. I hate Rachel. I want to kill her, and I hope she dies. And he's like, okay, wait. Like, okay, part of me hates that, but part of me does like the fact that he's at least willing to pivot, you know? But he's playing way too hard, too fast. What I like is that he did end up on the right side of the numbers. I think he made the right decision for his game this week. I think he has people backing him up. But if he does not chill out, I do not see longevity in his future. Everyone kind of already does think he's a snake, as we saw. And like I did say when I was drafting, like, he's just so transparently game body that it's like everyone just knows he's kind of a liar. If he can chill out and make it far enough, maybe he can do something. But like, no one, including his allies, trusts him. But it can improve. He does have some allies. He is on the right side of the numbers. I'm low C, high D sort of for him. I really don't know what to make of his game either. He was a mess. But having such a big rivalry, kind of being the head of the two sides, is messy. But I don't know. Somehow he's in an okay spot. I don't really see people targeting him yet, I guess. Mm-hmm. But I don't really know who has his back long term. Like, I feel like he doesn't have anyone who's like riding for him, you know? And that's kind of what I'm looking for to get you up to the higher tiers, is like you have real longevity. So CD for me. Pricey. Pricey.
During the draft, I said in Jimmy that I saw Hisam. And I don't think I think he's Hisam in some ways. I think he's not Hisam in others. I think it's still probably, out of any player I can think of in the past, the single most accurate comparison I could have made.
You kind of ate that.
I think he's playing too hard. I think he's a bit aggressive and abrasive with the people he trusts, like a little bit steamrolly. I think it was Morgan. It might have been Mickey, one of the two, because like they have their little trio. I think it was Morgan who was like, she doesn't like how he talks to her, just straight up. Like, I don't think, but I think he's lucky in the sense that like Hisam's allies had enough other allies to where they could flip on him. Morgan currently isn't in a good enough place to where she can pivot like that, because her other big alliance she was in is fake as fuck.
Yeah. And every conversation I see him in is like that. Like I was watching him talk to Catherine and Lauren, and he's like, this is how the votes are going to go. It's all the girls and me and Vince. And it's me and Vince and the girls, and you're all going to do it, and it's going to work out. And if you do that, you're with us, and we're going to have your back. So just go along with it, and you'll be in the majority. Like, people don't like being told this is what's happening, this is what it's going to do. But I feel like he's obsessed with looking like this, like, mastermind, I know everything sort of thing. And it's gonna blow up in his face. Yeah.
And like, I think there's something to that. I like being firm in your decision, especially in such a waffly house with that vote.
Yeah.
I think being firm is good. I think the way he goes about it is not. I still think overall I'm a little higher on him than you are. He doesn't have any immediate threats. I think he was originally super prose and was able to pivot when he realized like the vibes weren't there and that it wouldn't be as smart. Like, I think he made the right move. And not only do I think he went with the numbers, I think he was genuinely an integral part in making sure those numbers stuck together.
Yes. Yep.
because of that, even though he has been a mess, I think his current position, like even Keanu, like after they like made up, was saying like, well, I don't want to win HOH now because I have no one to target. So like
Ooh.
I don't think anybody also move Keanu like even down more, even though there's no more tiers. But uh, I don't think anybody's directly coming after Jimmy this round. I don't think he's in
This
danger
round.
like the other two are. So I think
This
bare
round.
minimum he's a C. I was between a C and a B personally, just because long
Let's
term
go
I
see.
don't super see it. Correct. But that's if he stays as hot as he is, and it's week one. People like still need to adjust to the game. I can see him cooling down a little. I'm fine with C or B because I think while he was messy, I think he did do some genuinely good work
Yeah,
this week.
he
I
did.
think he should be rewarded for some of that. So I'd be willing to say B just because he got that vote through.
Well, I'm putting my foot down on C. I
That's
ain't giving
fine.
that man a B. I think he was just too much, and I think everyone knows he's too much. And even the people who aligned with him were like, "I'm aligning with him for now." I
Yeah.
think what's gonna happen is one week the other side is gonna win HOH, and if it's not Rachel going or whatever, they're gonna be like, "It's time to make a big move. We got to get the head of the snake.
Yeah.
I'm putting up Jimmy," and then his whole side is gonna be like, "Okay, I don't give a fuck. Bye." Like,
Yeah.
like he did choose that side, but they don't give. No one gives a fuck about Jimmy. Like they're like, "I guess you're with us, cool," but no one really cares about him that much. So we'll go C for now. He did do good work, and I will agree. I am negging on him. He has potential. He could absolutely go up. I could see it. Big highs, big lows for Jimmy to me screams a C. So
Yep. Throw him in
we'll
there.
chuck Jimmy on C. Where is this? Okay, who's next?
Oh God. My second draft pick was Vince. Oh. Okay.
um,
I think it's very clear. It's at the very, if it's not definitively a tier, it's between D and F. Like he, oh, okay. He
I have a
started
controversial
out.
take. Go.
He started out fine. I think his initial nominations made like yeah he went back on a
Yeah.
deal with like not putting the other HOH people up, but Ashley was such a consensus and also somebody who just she said she trusted him, but I don't think she was ever going to like long term work with him in my mind. I think initial nominations were fine. I think everything else he did the entire rest of the week was actively bad. However, he's in a fine position,
He is.
which pisses me off because
I
he's
know.
like he
It
is so
worked. He
lucky
worked
that he
out.
was HOH while also not wanting to like actually make HOH decisions. And the issue is like even though he played so badly, I could see he's very clearly not a person who's comfortable with power. I think if he doesn't win anything for like weeks and weeks, I think we need to see how he adjusts. But my read on him as a player, I think he's chilling, and I don't think anybody's going for him, and I don't think he'll be in any danger.
Yep.
Which is why I don't want to say F, and I would put him in D. But I want to put him still that low, even though his current position is good, because he played so actively horrendously this week. It was so
I'm
bad.
I'm gonna I'm gonna give a crazy take. So I was more of a C for Vince, if not even dare I say it. I'm not a B. I was thinking C,
No,
and here's
I
why. Here's how I'm gonna start. I don't like Vince, so I want to put him low because he annoyed me at every turn this week. Putting up Kelly was stupid. He should have put up Keanu. He is in a really great position, and it is not entirely not because of things he did. I actually don't think he stumbled into this position. I think he made a dumb decision nominating Kelly. But here's the thing: Zay and Kelly, both of who he nominated, rode for him. He was able to convince them that they were with him, right? He had the other side pissed off at him, but somehow, by the grace of fucking God, these people should not believe it. Amy wants to work with him. Jimmy's saying to every single person, it is the girls plus me and Vince. And he's telling them he's saving Amy in a tiebreaker. The people who are skeptical of him suddenly want to work with him. And he is covered on every single side of the house. If Kelly goes, it is bad for him, right? This is not good. Zay going is not good for him. But the thing is, kind of doesn't matter. He has people everywhere who trust him and believe him. And it annoys me because he annoys me a lot. So I think everyone's being a little again, this kills me to say, but I can't overlook the position he's put himself in is one of the best in the entire house, and it's because of the work that he did. He might have made some stupid nominations and said some stupid shit, but people are rallying around that man. So my vote was C. That's where I'm at. I'll feel free to give me some feedback because I know he did some stupid shit and I'm probably glazing him too hard. I just think people are being too hard on him. Like he ended this week in a great spot. I don't know.
I think you are overrating how much of it was his personal doing. First of all, with the vote, he was so non-committal. As the HOH, people will listen to him, especially in a split house. If he put his foot down and said, do this, I think more people would have listened, and I think he could have got the result he wanted this week. Maybe not with Amy still on the block, but like it could have been like if Lauren and like Riley voted the other way, he's the tiebreaker. And I think those were two very gettable votes.
I feel like he told a lot of people I would like Amy to go. And then he realized it wasn't happening, and then he went, LOL JK at the end, and they
he was saying every different thing the entire week. He was telling people that he wanted fucking Kelly out at points. Like he's not a committal player. He is a controllable player rather than the controller. I think you're overrating how much of his position he put himself in. I think that because he was the HOH, people kept wanting to work with him despite seeing his flaws. And I think if he was not the HOH, he absolutely would not be in this position.
Could be.
And I also think you are underrating how bad putting Kelly up was. I think you're a little jaded by the fact that she ended up winning the blockbuster. If she didn't win that, she was fucking gone.
Yeah. But then I think he'd still be fine.
He put up his number one final two. When the entire house was telling him they would not be mad if he did something else. I'm not going to a C when he did that.
Yeah. But everyone in the house is also his ally, and he technically did piss nobody off. I hate to say it. I hate to say it. His gambit kind of works.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm not putting someone in C tier who put up their final two week one.
All right. I will compromise for top of D tier. I can live with that.
Fine.
I will live with top of D. Because I'm saying positive things just because I feel like from the response I've heard, everyone be like, FF double negative F. So I'm like trying to give some good points, but obviously this was a fucking disaster of an HOH as well.
And it's not just
really, he should not be in as good of a spot as he's in.
Correct.
He's in a good spot.
But I'm docking him for his actively bad gameplay, and I also think it's not just the fact that he put Kelly up; it's the way he did it, being like, "Yeah, but people might be mad if I don't." And then every single person he was saying that to was like, "No, I think it's stupid for you to do it." And Jimmy at the time, like, at the time he put Kelly up. At the time he put Kelly up, she was leaving against either of them.
Yeah.
And things shifted throughout the week.
You're right.
But he was being told to his face, if you put Kelly up, I am voting her out.
You're right.
And he did it anyways.
Sometimes you do stupid things and it works out. And I think that's what happened with him. So I'm down for a D. Because that was really fucking stupid. He should have lost his closest ally. Like, if Zay won that comp, like, I feel like in like 7 out of 10 realities he does.
Yep.
Like for whatever the blockbuster comp is, he looks like an idiot. And so whatever. All right, let's move on here. Who we got?
Start us with Catherine.
Oh my God, my Queen Catherine. This is SSS tier. Okay, so here's what I was gonna say earlier that I didn't say. My top draft pick in my notes was not Ashley. It was Catherine. But through the power of my deductive reasoning, I realized you didn't care about her, so I let her slip because I'm a genius.
What deductive reasoning? I've made it actively clear.
And I deduced that. I think she did okay this week. She's so quiet and so subtle, which is like you were saying, I didn't remember who that was. And I was saying, I think that's a good thing. I stand her for no reason. And again, she really, like, there were so many strategy talks happening and she would just sit there and be quiet. But somehow off camera, the girls kind of trust her. And I think she was the one, in my opinion, if I could give one person credit for making this Zay going home over, or not credit, but like the decision maker for going Zay over Amy, I think it was Catherine. I think she made more inroads that side, and she made Lauren do it, and she made Riley do it as well. She has Riley wrapped around her little finger. So I'm really impressed by her. I think she has a lot of longevity in her game. I think she showed that she's willing to stand on business. I still am a little worried that she could be a little memey and like not make enough use of her power, not have enough inroad, but no one is caring about her. No one is looking at her. It's not perfect. It's maybe a little too subtle. And people do think she's a little wishy-washy, but I'm putting her in B, A. I was thinking A, B, but I'm thinking A or B. Yeah. For Catherine.
I'm
Probably B.
gonna start. I'm starting off with my rating. I was between a B and a C. I'm absolutely not going up to A for somebody who I just haven't seen enough from her to put her that high. Like, it's not that I think she did anything bad. I just don't. I don't see what her current like trajectory is. I agree with you. Like, she's not going home next week. There's a 0% chance she goes
She's
home
not going
next
home
week. I
for
don't
a
see it
long
happening
time.
no matter what.
Yeah.
But long term, like, she sided with the girls, but I don't really know how she came to that decision. And also, like, there's other girls that are closer to other girls than she is.
Yes.
Like, there's the trio, there's the Morgan and Mickey duo, and they're also closer to other people. Like, Ava's not really with the girls, and she has other things. She has her little thing with Lauren, but Lauren also has final twos with a couple other people.
She
She's in
also
an
has
alliance.
Riley sucking her ass.
She does, but Riley has no power in the game for that to be like that useful of a thing. And I don't know, like, her trajectory confuses me. She's not in anything solid. I don't necessarily know if she made the right decision. I don't know if she made the wrong decision either. I just haven't seen enough from her to actually know like where exactly she can go, which is why I was leaning towards like a B or even like a high C, like a C for a completely different reason of Jimmy, but just like I don't know enough. I'm willing to go B if you want to put her B.
I'm 100% doubling down on B. I think she was the pivotal player in making it B.
I don't necessarily agree with that, but we can get
Lauren, I think without her, both Lauren and Riley vote for Amy, and Amy goes home. Genuinely. Lauren, they both wanted Zay to stay, and Catherine was like, no. And they both were like, okay, Catherine's not doing it. I'm not doing it.
I think Lauren
the
was
girls on that side as well. I don't see their conversation with them, but I have heard multiple conversations of the girls saying, I really like Catherine. I trust Catherine. She's locked in with us. She's not high enough. And I think her path forward is a weird one. And it's going to be one where she plays the middle because she's not being looked at. She has connections really genuinely on both sides. She's not going to go up for a long while. And I don't think she's stupid. I don't know. I'm delusional. I see it for her. I just see it for her. I think
I agree. I do know there was also one conversation that was had between some people. I don't remember who. I think it was like Morgan or Mickey were talking about like a bigger group. It might have been with girls. It might have been with like Will and a few other people. But Catherine's name was brought up, and one of them said that they don't trust Catherine enough to bring them into the alliance.
I do agree. That is her drawback, is that she's fine with everyone, but she's not great with anyone besides Lauren and Riley.
So I'm fine putting her B, and I think she has the potential to go higher. I don't see her dropping much lower currently.
She could drop if like there could also just be a week that comes where everyone's like, I mean, we're all kind of I don't really give a shit about Catherine, so I guess I'll chuck her up there because I'm close to everyone else. It's going to depend how the season goes, but she could play the middle very well this season if she wants to. Okay, who's next? We got a lot to get through. Let's book it.
Yeah, we're speeding it up. It's me with Lauren.
This is another fun pick. Yeah.
Okay, Bryce. I'm going to say something controversial here. I'm happy with the outcome of the week, but I think Lauren made the wrong decision for her game.
She did, and she made that decision because of who? Because
I
of
don't
Cat.
think it's strictly. She had a lot of different people talking to her. I think you could say the same thing. Like, I think you could say that the middle people, such as like uh, Lauren and others, were swayed by the fact that, like, for example, Ava started saying actively what she was going to do, which was around the same time as Catherine. I think there's a lot of different people to credit with things, and it's kind of hard to pin down.
Mm-hmm.
However, even though Lauren did make to what I because Lauren sided with the girls, while outside of like Kelly, all the girls are kind of closer to each other than they are to
Yeah.
her. I think I understand why she made the decision because the numbers were so hard to pin down and people wouldn't give her a straight answer. I also wish she like I think it's good that she did wait so long to make her decision, but I think she could have been more subtle about it and just like said what she wanted instead of saying she was still undecided. Because I think if she was saying like I'm undecided, but I think I lean towards Zay staying, I think there's a chance that Zay's still in the game right now.
Yeah, 100%.
Um, Even though she did do the decision that I think was incorrect for her, she's still not in a bad spot.
She's
Absolutely
fine.
nobody's going to go for her. And unlike Catherine, she is in a solidified alliance,
Mm-hmm.
which I think she's in a really good spot of because
Yeah.
Zach trusts her a lot. Vince trusts her a lot. She has final twos with both of them, and they're in a trio together. And like, if that side were to ever like, if the group sticks together a little longer, she's not getting targeted if that does become like an obvious thing. I can like Zach gets targeted before her. I think Vince probably gets targeted before her, even though currently Vince like is safe. I think she's also just as safe, and I think he becomes a bigger target. I think even someone like Adrian could make themselves a bigger target. With Ava and Will, who knows, like they're generally seen as like lesser threats, but that also means like in like a blockbuster scenario, they're probably easier to be like, well, we don't really care about them, just boot them. I think within her alliance, she's in a really good spot, and I think that alliance is genuinely a really good one for her to be with,
Mm-hmm.
especially when nobody outside of that alliance is targeting her. So I would put her in B for very different reasons as Catherine, but I think her position is just as good, if not a little better, even though the worst result happened this week. I don't think necessarily any result was bad for her. And she's also one of the few people in the game that actually has trust with Kelly, which while we may make fun of Kelly for being a shitty player, I think having loyalty from someone like that is still important.
Yes, I agree. So I actually feel pretty good about her. Um, I agree it wasn't the best outcome for her, but it wasn't bad. She's fine. She's not going anywhere. She showed me that she has good game sensibilities. She's willing to be patient. She's willing to look around. She has people who are locked in and wanting to ride or die with her more on the other side than on her side. So for me, she was very B tier.
Yep,
I was saying B below Catherine. You might say
you
B
sure
above her.
were. I think, like, bias aside, I think um, she's in a solidified alliance and Catherine isn't, and they're both safe with either side, anyways. But I think her position in the game is a little more solidified.
But I think Catherine is more solidified with the side that has power.
But she's also on the bottom of that side, while Lauren is ingrained in hers.
Fine, whatever. I'm too tired to debate. I hate you. Wait,
All
no, I
right.
have them now. Fuck you.
God damn it. Okay, your next draft pick was Zay. Are we gonna talk about him even though he's evicted? Let's just keep it short.
Okay, for first boot, actually, I think he's one of the best first boots we've had. Okay, but he's a first boot. I don't think he necessarily did a ton wrong. He didn't do a ton right. I respected. Listen, he campaigned and he campaigned a lot, and I respected that. And he has a great butt. He was right about that being the buns. Um, and he campaigned, and he had a lot of people on his side, and he made this shit close. So good for you, Zay. But too many mistakes. You didn't need to go that. Anytime you're in the early stages of the game and your campaign is like it's time to make a big move against the person in power, you're always going home. Is kind of how I end up feeling. Like people just don't do that week one. So making your whole campaign anti-racial was just not a smart move, because I think if he was nicer about it, he could have, I don't know, made it work against Kelly, campaigned against Kelly a little more. But I guess she won the power, so whatever. F.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Or D,
I think
maybe D.
he was evicted. I think he did a fine enough job. I think his initial campaign of just saying like I'll keep you safe isn't objectively good, but it was kind of working because he was just like, "Yeah, I'll target your allies, but I won't target you," and people just like didn't care.
It's hard.
I think
It's hard because I feel like if he stayed, he actually had some longevity. Okay,
I
continue.
think potentially, but I think once he started, I think like if you said that yesterday, yes. By the time he did go anti-Rachel, first of all, I don't necessarily disagree with it because Rachel and her side was already against him. He's never getting those
Yeah.
votes. Like someone like Lauren has explicitly stated that she's afraid of Rachel in the game, so I think that pitch like could have been a way to get people like Lauren back on his side. I don't necessarily disagree with it. However, it did also lower his longevity because then I think if the Rachel side wins power, he's probably going up again when I don't know if he would have before. I don't want to spend more time talking about a first boot. I think he's fine where
Okay,
he
bye.
is. Keanu played worse.
Okay, bye. Yes, I agree. Okay, amazing. Who's next?
My next pick is Morgan. Oh, actually, yeah, my next pick is Morgan.
Oh, not there,
Um,
not there. Sorry. What do you think?
I think Morgan is one of the most just solid players in the house. She had a decision made very early on and stuck with it and went with it. I think she was in the initial shitty majority that was fake, but that means she still does genuinely have good connections with people like a Zach, who's a power player on the other side. People like Events still trust her, even though she sided with the girls. She was able to pick a side while still having both sides be fine with her, and I think that's very good for her. Um,
Me too.
I think she needs to get a more solidified, actual good structure around her. She has her trio with Jimmy, but she doesn't really trust Jimmy. She's with the girls, but the trio are closer. I think her, Mickey, and Will need to solidify something, potentially grab a couple more numbers. However, she's absolutely safe, and if one of her allies wins power, or even, I think the next week will be very telling on if she's going to continue to go up or if she will kind of stagnate. I think for now, looking at the board, I think she's one of the most people I just have trust in being able to continue to play a good game. And I think she made that I can think of really no particular mistakes. I think like her trying to trust Keanu was not a mistake because if Keanu was even a little bit sane, it would have worked out. So even though that kind of blew up, that's fine. And if she does win power, she's targeting Keanu, who's a very safe house target, and I think she can build a structure off of that.
Yeah.
I think, in my opinion, she's a pretty solidified A tier. I can't really say anything wrong with her.
I will say, all your points I echo. She did great. She is solidified. She's within people. I have to say why she doesn't get S. I guess like maybe a little too forthcoming. I could see her being a little bit of a Brooklyn where she's fine when she's in power, but if she gets nominated, she could implode and just say a little too much. It's why I have someone else above her. But I think she's in a great spot. The other thing I really liked about her was there was a lot of alliances on the other side that she was included in often. Like the other side trusted her and included her in a lot of stuff. So I think she's very well liked. I think she has a great mind for the game. I think she's a cool chick. And she's a gamer girl. You might not have known that, but I feel pretty good about her. I could see her imploding, but I'm happy with A for her. So let's chuck her in there. Say no
I
more. She did
will.
good.
But I'm gonna say a little more because I don't necessarily see the implosion with Brooklyn because I think someone like we've already seen her face a little bit of adversity in her conflict with Keanu, where Keanu was just actively not trusting her and confronted her to her face. She stayed cool. She diffused the situation. She tried to clear things up, but then she took a step back and analyzed how everything was and realized that Keanu wouldn't be good for her
Good
game moving
sign.
forward.
That's a very good sign.
The reason I don't put her in S is because it's week one and I'm not putting anybody in S. I don't think anybody is in
No,
that solidified of a spot to where we can logistically put anybody that high.
Okay. Keep yapping for like 20 seconds while I go to the restroom. You could either talk about Morgan or the rest, and then I'll just guess what you said and attack you. So I'll be right back.
Okay. I guess I'm a solo entertainer now. Looking at the board, I'm so I'm very glad that I did not draft Zay. I told Bryce like he could have picked Zay like round 7. I wouldn't have fucking cared. Um, I'm happy in general with my draft here, even though like my higher picks I'm not confident on, but a lot of my like more middling picks, I have Lauren, Morgan, Ava, and I feel really good about all three of those right now. And then I also have Zach, who I think was a steal at how low I got him, and I got Rachel. So I'm feeling good about my draft. Did you wash your hands, Bryce? You're muted. Bryce, you are muted.
I did very quickly. I did a little,
Okay. Bryce, want
But
to
I
be
have
in
to
the
go back
Burger
to that. Okay.
Boys?
Anyways, whatever you said, I disagree completely. I think you're insane, and I don't agree.
Well, I said I was going to give you $1 million, so.
Well, all right.
Oh my god,
Who?
wait, I
What are
should
we
have used
going
that
with?
time to check if an HOH winner happened. I did not do that.
I've been checking throughout, and it hasn't.
But what if it just did right now?
I just checked. It's
Okay,
this is
well,
like the fucking pressure cooker or something. I don't know. They're taking 10 minutes.
um, I messed up writing the order. I think your next one is Mickey.
Oh, but weren't you talking about someone else?
No, I didn't have anything else to say
I
about
heard you
Morgan.
talk
Did
about
you?
Zach. No.
I was talking about my draft.
Oh, okay. Mickey, A tier.
Yeah.
I think she's played. I was critical of her because I was like, how can someone with Medusa hair blend in and like a blindingly sparkly outfit? And she has amazingly. She's solidified really good allies. She stayed very chill. She stayed on everyone's good side. She's been honest. She hasn't had to lie to people. Um, I put her to me. I have her the highest of the week. I
Mhm.
think her and Morgan to me were my two highest. I have her a little higher just because Morgan seems like a bigger threat. You could argue the other way around because maybe she's a little more expendable than Morgan, but and Morgan might have more stuff on both sides. But I have her A tier for sure.
I agree with everything you said. I think the reason I put her above Morgan specifically, which could change, Um, I think the last day or two, she's let her little connection with Will kind of start to fade a little bit. I haven't seen them checking in as much.
Mm-hmm.
I think if she holds on to that, especially with Will being in the alliance with the other side, I think she's easily protected if it somehow within the next couple of weeks she is on the block against like Morgan or anyone else. I think if she's able to maintain her relationship with Will, unironically, that's an extremely big person to hold on to.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if she's able to do that, I think she's in
All right.
probably the best position in the house
I think she
to
is too.
build
Let's
things
check
moving
the love
forward.
here. She ate this week. Well done. Okay. Who's next here?
My next pick, who I'm very happy I got as late as I did, she was my preseason stan
She's doing
from
great.
before interviews. I'm so happy with what I've seen from Ava so far.
Yeah.
During said showing my friends the introduction, I had them all pick their winner pick at the end. And through the entire episode, they just kept being like, why is this girl wearing these fuck ass hat? Can she take that hat off? They just started calling her Hat Girl. They didn't even remember her name. I was like, okay, so who do you guys think is gonna win? Like, who's your pick? And they were like, not Hat Girl. She's not winning. So like, for the first few days, she was laying low. She did the little thing with Jimmy and Keanu, and none of it came back to her. I think it was good for her. I think she was able to correctly assess that she probably can't trust Jimmy long term. She was one of the
Yeah.
first people to vocalize it. I think she stepped up when she needed to. She made an alliance that I think she's genuinely in a pretty good spot in. I think her and Will
Mm-hmm.
are a little good undercover duo. Every single time anybody has said anything about Ava in the house, it has only been positive. And
Mm-hmm.
the only reason I don't have her like above Morgan or Mickey is because I think they've just shown a little more like steadfastness and or maybe just a little bit of like preconceived things from past seasons. They're just like more of an archetypical like
Mm-hmm.
will do well. Whereas I'm still a little hesitant with Ava because she's like the Brittany Hoops, the
And I could tell you what it is about Ava too. I think those two other girls have just a better strategic sense than she does. She's in a great spot. She's done very well, but there are times throughout, like when she's sitting there cheering and jumping up and down that she's in her first alliance, while actively voting against them and not really seeing the disconnect with that, like it worked out, but she shares a little too much. She can
Mhm,
talk a little too much. She can talk about how she's deceiving people a little too much. So I think within her amazing play, there's a few rookie mistakes, but she's in one of the best spots in the house right now.
mhm.
Absolutely. But I have more faith in just the game knowledge and the knowledge of like kind of knowing when to be quiet of the other two than her, if that makes
I
sense. But
I think that's a good way to put it, and I think I do like though within that I do like how when she came to a decision, she didn't just like get into the alliance and bend to their will. She
yeah,
held strong
I
because it's
like that.
very important when you get into an alliance that you see that you have a voice within that. And I'm very glad that she stuck to her guns. I have faith in
Yeah,
her. I would put her A tier under the other two
me
personally.
too. That's exactly where I want to put her. And because of that, despite getting her way and voting with the other side and having them trust her, the other side still trusts her because she never lied to them. So
Yeah.
it's a good thing. All right. So let's chuck her right there. All right, who we got?
Adrian.
Mess. I don't know where to put this man. He has some promise. He got along with people, and then he did this weird thing where he like told Amy to her face that he was voting to evict her, and then he knew she was going home, and still told her that he was evicting her. And
He had to
he was
stick
in
to his
such a good
word.
spot in the middle, and then just actively decided to plant his flag in the side that he knew was losing, and that he's still not that well ingratiated in. When the other side was really willing to kind of welcome him in with open arms and stuff. So he has a lot of good relationships, but that decision really irked me. So I don't really know where to put him. B, C, probably C ish, because he might have screwed himself with his vote. But that's my take on Adrian.
Mhm. Bryce, I want to get your reaction to something because I don't know if you were on this part of BB Twitter. Did you see the cast members preseason made a TikTok saying their four favorite seasons?
Was it like 16, 19, like 9, and like 20, 22? Like, what do we got?
You got three of the fucking four.
Was the other one 21 instead of 9?
Instead of 9, it's 25. The Jag comp out season. But
Well,
yeah, so like he says
well,
he's
with
a
that in
super
mind,
fan. He says he's a super. He says he's a super fan. He's absolutely like
what
not
a
like he made his
moron.
own wall comp, but like there's no doubt in my mind seeing that even casual fans don't like some of these seasons. I don't know
No,
what
and I
he's
guess we should
on,
have known. We should have known when he said he's analyzed it like no one's ever analyzed it before.
but aside from that, that's not actually factoring into my gameplay thing here. I wanted to see your reaction to that because it was very funny to me.
I hope he dies. Yeah. What the hell?
Um,
I don't hope he dies.
Bryce,
I'm
can we
lying.
say we're gonna get demonetized with our 33
I'm lying.
views? You
I
need to
hope
say
he
unalive.
lives. I hope he lives. It was a prank. It was a prank. It was a
I
prank.
hope he gets unalived.
Oh my god! All of our TOUTTE money is gone.
Okay, anyways, gameplay wise, I think in my opinion, like he wants to stick with the bros even though he's on the bottom of them. He did get into the alliance, but like after they made the alliance, Ava was like, I kind of wish Adrian wasn't in this alliance. So like if in shots have to be taken, he's probably at the bottom. Um Even then, like yeah, he like stuck to his guns, I guess, which I've said is good for other people. But the way he went about it was a lot worse to me, just like blatantly
Yes.
telling Amy. And like even like in the live eviction, Rachel was talking to him. He was like, sorry, I gotta stick to my word. Bro, you said you've analyzed this game like nothing before and you won't lie in week
Right.
one.
I think his idea is. I think he was trying to
What
be
the
like, I
fuck
want
are you
people to think I'm
talking
a
about, bro?
trustworthy person early on.
I think that
Hello.
hi, can you hear me now?
Okay. Yes. What do you think?
No, I was just sitting there watching it buffer, so I don't fully know what you said, but I think that like he's in a fine position. I don't think anybody's going to target him. I could see him maybe like going up as a pawn or something. I think he was one of the more quiet people in general. Um, I don't know exactly what his prospects are like with Catherine. Like they're two of the people I'm most unsure about. But I feel just better about Catherine in general as a player
Mhm.
in their current position in the house. I would throw him in C. I don't know if I'd put him above or below Jimmy. I think I would say
I,
below Jimmy just because at least Jimmy's trying.
my prospect was above Jimmy because I feel like I have more longevity potential with him,
That's
where I
fine.
just know Jimmy's crashing out.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay. Great. Next, what? Amy? Is that right?
Yeah, I picked Amy here.
Take it away.
Okay, so I realized while I was at work, like during the episode today, I was like team Amy staying all week. Like,
Me too.
yes, get rid of the other two; they suck. What has Amy like actually done? I,
She's made good personal relationships with people.
with like how many people though? Like her
A
trio?
lot. The trio, but like the people on the other side all said they liked her. Like I think a lot of why she stayed, people say it's because of Rachel, but she did make good personal bonds with most people in the house. People like
But
Amy a lot.
yeah,
And I
but my like strategically, I don't really know what she's
no,
done.
no, no,
And
no,
then
no.
like,
Strategically garbage. I think socially she's done well. I think that's why. Yeah, it's
and then
strategically
like
terrible.
a lot of the votes for her weren't even necessarily for her. They were for not voting out a girl. I think like any you could have put any other girl on the block in that position and the
I
votes come
disagree.
together more easily than with Amy because Amy didn't do
Ashley
like
goes
any of
home
it
there.
herself.
Amy doesn't.
What?
Ashley goes home there. Amy
Okay,
does
well,
not.
I meant any other girl that was eligible.
I guess.
Like
Like
I
I
don't.
think Amy's in a better spot than like Kelly or Ashley.
I agree with, but Kelly. I wasn't counting Kelly as like one of the girls there.
Right. We'll get into that.
But I don't know. Like I genuinely like from reading feed updates. Full disclosure, I don't watch a ton of feeds. I don't have a ton of time. A lot of the time, I have to catch up and read updates. I think I've seen Amy like in a conversation with somebody else, like having a quote of either said to Amy or said by Amy, maybe 4 times all season. I truly have no idea what she's
No.
doing.
I was watching feeds a lot. She put in work hard.
Okay.
She at first they kept saying she was being paranoid, but the last couple days, I mean, she has gone to everyone. She even went to Vince and started begging Vince to save her in a tiebreaker and talking about
I
hooking
did see
water under the
that.
bridge. Like she's been everyone. She's too trusting and she says too much. That's her problem. Like people will tell her, "Hey, me, I just put you up and tried to vote you up, but I'm with you," and she'll go, "They're with me 100%." Like that's not great. Um, and she will just say who she likes, doesn't like, and what she thinks. But she worked for she did like there was this critique that Rachel was doing everything for her. She put in a lot of work, and people really
Mhm.
like her. So her social game's very good. I actually think of the three girls, she's the least likely to go home. Whether it's
I
because people like her,
agree.
because she's the littlest threat. Um, but I
I,
still have her in like D. So that's
I was gonna say like I agree that she's the least likely to go home, but I think that's because she genuinely is like the littlest threat. I don't know exactly like
she's no
if
fuck.
if her like trio were to just like disappear, she wakes up and they're just not there for some reason. I
She's
don't know
not
what she does.
now.
So I
She's
was
really
thinking like,
coattail writing
and then also like for a decent amount of this week, she was still very much in danger of going home, which I think we need to
till the
like.
end.
I think she got genuinely like kind of a little bit lucky to survive the week.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, like against Zay specifically, I think circumstantially, like she got a little bailed out. So I think because of that, and because longer term, I don't know where things go. I don't know if we put her between Ashley and Vince or if we put her below Ashley. I'm willing to say between them.
I'm close. I kind of have more faith in Ashley as a player, but
But I think she played the week worse.
Amy, okay, but here's the part we're missing. Amy going up. Amy did something really fucking stupid this week, which was
Bryce,
Ashley. He
Bryce,
says
this is
Ashley.
going long as fuck. Just put her somewhere. I don't care.
Okay, her crying about Ashley going up was really dumb.
Yeah.
I'll put her here. That's
Okay.
no, I'm putting her here. Because what do you decide? In between or outside?
I would do in between personally.
Okay, in between it is. I stole Catherine. You get Amy. Okay, this is going long. We have a few more though. Okay, we got Will.
Next is Zach.
Okay, where you got?
Oh wait, no, you're right. It's Will. It's Will. Sorry.
I got him very late, and I'm really happy about it. I think he's played really, really well. It's just a matter of whether it catches up to him. I think he needs to lie about his vote this week and get away with it. If he doesn't, people are going to catch on pretty soon. I don't know if it was the right choice or not. But he just kind of says yes to whoever he talks to. I really like him. I have him bottom of A, top of B. But everyone wants to work with him.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to lie about his vote because I think he made it pretty. Like he had said openly to people that he liked Zay and wanted Zay to stay. So I don't think he needs to lie about
But
his
even
vote.
during but during the live vote, he was like, "Rachel, I got you. I'm voting with you."
Oh, I didn't know that.
He needs to lie about
Okay.
his vote.
No, see, it was I like couldn't. I was at work, so I had my phone in my pocket, so I wasn't like seeing everything. Genuinely finding that out right now, I think puts him to the top of B instead of bottom of A for me because I don't know why the fuck he did that.
Bang.
But I agree. Like I think him and Ava are in extremely similar positions for kind of the same and different reasons. I think his connection with Mickey within that is really good if they hang on to it. But I think in general, like they're super even. I just like that Ava took a little bit more of a stand and wasn't just agreeing with what people said.
Yep.
And I think him saying that right before the vote is stupid.
Yep. Okay. Zach.
Now it's Zach. I think Zach played the week as well as he could have.
Yeah.
I think he's in.
Lost.
I've heard some people say he's in like the single best position in the house. I don't necessarily agree with that, but he's in one of them. Like he's not being actively. Let me talk. None of the girls have talked about going after him. A lot of them really genuinely personally like him. Like people like Ashley, people like Amy, people like Lauren and Catherine, obviously. Even like Ava, like a lot of the girls do genuinely really like him. He was in the alliance with Morgan because him and Morgan also have a good personal connection. None of the girls are going after him currently. And he also has a secret veto that nobody knows about and that he can use until jury.
Yeah.
So even if for some reason he was nominated, he's not fucking ever going up. Like I think he's pretty. I think he's locked for at least a couple more weeks. I think he's in one of the better positions. I think he took a strong stand this week, and even though it didn't go his way, nobody's going to be upset with him about it because like him and Zay were close. Although him sobbing, I pulled my phone out of my pocket. I was like, who is sobbing at this eviction right now? I was so confused.
He acted like they just shot his mother. Like it was crazy. But I agree. I think he shows he's got some good game sense. People love him. He can't get over the bro thing. He's in minority, but the people minority want to work with him. So he's in a lot of alliances.
Again,
I put him.
I think you're also a little too focused on how the votes went this week. I don't see it like it was 9-5, and then there were the nominees. All right, so was it 5-2? Is it 5-2, or is it 5-1? Is it 5-1 right now? Is the vote 5-1?
Julie, enough out of you. It's 4-2.
But I think you're seeing the vote as like solidified sides where people like Lauren, Will, Ava, Adrian, they're all in the middle, and a lot of them tend to lean towards voting with Zach. I think it's a lot more even than you think, and you keep saying majority and minority. I think it also very, very heavily depends on who wins the HOH.
Who wins HOH? Yep, you're right.
I think because of his power specifically, I would put him at the top of B because I think even like maybe the bottom of A because I think he's around the same position as all of them, but having a secret veto raises him up.
Honestly, what do you think of this?
No. Okay. I think having Will and Ava that separated would be weird because they're like I kind
Okay.
of see them pretty similar.
I think this is too high for him for
He has a
someone who just.
secret veto.
But that's not like he won a comp. Like then
Tell me,
if we're winning comps, then Ashley goes up a tier.
but like Ashley saved herself for that week. He just has guaranteed safety if he's ever in danger.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Like a secret veto is a lot different than a regular
Okay,
veto.
I'll put him up there. I'm down. Works for me.
Next
All right.
was Riley.
My new king, my favorite.
Shut
He queened
up.
out. He's decided to go to the Caleb School of simping for a girl and miss the part where he plays his own game still. But
And I said it preseason. I said he's beast mode cowboy.
here's the thing, though. He's actually in a really good spot. Everyone trusts him. Everyone thought they had his vote. I don't know how he's going to play it, but he actually played it pretty well. And he's actually in some alliances. I don't know if he has a game sense. I don't know what, but people trust him. I don't see him winning. I have him top of C, maybe bottom of B. But I think he actually played this week okay. What do you think?
I agree with you, kind of. I think he played the week perfectly fine. I think he was genuinely, for the most part, honest with people, even though towards the end he kind of started going back and forth. When somebody says the words, I don't want to win this game, they move down a tier for me, so I put him at the top of D because
Top
he
of
said
C
he's
it
playing
is.
for somebody
Didn't know
else
he
to
said
win.
that. Didn't
I
know he
said
said
top
that.
of D.
D.
I would have said somewhere in C, but him saying, Catherine, I want you to win, I don't want to win, he's down an entire tier for me by that one
I
sentence.
almost put him B, though.
And I think you're stupid for that. Because I think I think out of all the B tiers, yes, everybody trusts him, but they all also trust all of the people above him. And I think, like, he's a more obviously, like, just bigger target than any of those people would be.
So he's C then, for sure.
I would put him at the bottom. I was going to say bottom of C in the first place, but I want to move him down strictly because he told me he does not want to win the game.
I'll just agree to bottom of C. How about
Fine.
Okay.
Put Kelly below Keanu.
Jesus Christ. I mean, do we even need to say anything? Like, wow.
I mean, we'll talk a little bit. Obviously, I got stuck with her in my draft because we both said that she's going to be the first boot, and we should have been correct. I think in any other scenario where she did not win and like Zay didn't kind of blow things up at the end, like she should have been the first boot. She said, "Hey, final two, nominate me. Nobody will know we're working together." But then we'll spend the entire week talking about how we trust each other.
Yeah. It's
She's
weird.
not.
And then she
She's
goes
awful.
to the other
She's
side.
horrendous.
Yeah. And she goes to the
Nobody
other
in the
side and
house
she's
trusts
like,
her except for like 3 people.
she goes to the other side too, and she goes like, both of my parents died at my birth, and then I got like, I lost all 4 of my limbs, and like cries with the girls for an hour, and then immediately goes upstairs and is like, I hate them. They're devils. I'm playing double agent, but I'm also always honest. I think everyone knows she's a little wacky and is just kind of using it as a number. But volunteer. She could have been fine if she didn't volunteer, but then she did. So bottom of F for volunteering. Okay. Rachel.
Start us off.
I don't even know where to begin. I actually like that she got this her way. I think she has a great base around her of people supporting her. I am impressed by that. She can't seem to escape the target that comes with these people not knowing her season and thinking that she's a mastermind when she's not. And she's in active beef. And I think there's a good chance she has to kind of win some comps, and she's going to be the biggest target on her side. So it's a tough thing when it's like you're in a great spot on your side, but you're in the worst spot on the other side. So I'm not sure where to put her. She could be in big danger next week. So somewhere in C is my guess, but I'm because she did get her way and she does have a good support system, and she could end up just steamrolling. So what do you think?
I agree with a lot of your points. I think she played the week pretty much as well as she could have. She took a stand. I do think, like, I don't think she's the reason Amy stayed. I think she's a very, very big part of it because she, from second one, minute one, was saying, I am keeping Amy, Zay needs to go. I am keeping Amy, Zay needs to go. And I think her being so steadfast in that is the reason other people were also willing to be so steadfast in their opinions. I think if she didn't start taking a stand, that it would have taken the rest of the house potentially never, but at the very least a long time to also start stating their mind as clearly as they did.
Yep.
Usually returning players obviously like get a group together, steamroll, whatever. It's rare for like this early on for so many people to be like, this returning player is a target, they need to go. Keanu's saying it, Vince is saying it, Kelly's saying it, Lauren said she's sus of Rachel. Here's
what we forgot.
Riley also.
Paul? That happened to Paul.
But yes, but Paul was given 3 weeks of safety, and Cody was so bad about it that it made everyone not care anymore.
Right.
The second Paul got his way one time, I think the next week's going to be very telling because Paul got his way week 1, and then people started following. I think coming out of this eviction, people knew they might go, and people were still like, again, the people I listed were still talking about how Rachel is a threat that will need to go. I also, my instinct was C tier, but I think she gets the returning player bonus bump up to bottom of B, just because she's a returning player and they usually make it far.
I don't know if I can give her B because she's in so much danger.
She's in so much danger if like a few people, but even then she has 2 chances to win a comp, and I think there are people that might be
Keanu wins, if Kelly wins, if Vince wants her out.
I think those are the only 2 people that would.
Maybe Will would. Will's not going to win. Zach wants her out. Like all the strong guys are going to target her, although she might still stay. So fine, bottom of B. Why not?
Put Zach back down below. You moved him up to A on accident. Zach was in front of Will. Yeah, again, right. I think Rachel moves up just because of the returning player boost, but normally I would also agree like top of C.
And then this.
No.
Okay, so this is our final ranking. Take it.
Yeah, I think that looks good.
I think it looks pretty good to me too. I'm comfortable with this.
I love having the evictee as the 3rd worst player of the week.
And I agree with it. I don't know what to tell you. He did better than Keanu and Kelly, so.
They're so bad. Unfortunately, no HOH result, but hopefully soon. Do you have any other little thought? Give me an HOH prediction. Give me an HOH want.
I think it's going to be one of the guys that wins. It's going to be like a Zach, Keanu sort of thing, and Rachel's side is going to be in. Rachel's going to be in for a week, in my opinion. Want? I would love Rachel to win and just be annoying, honestly. So that's my prediction. Maybe a Kelly HOH. Like someone nasty for Rachel is going to win HOH. That's my prediction.
I'm on kind of the same page. I think it's either going to be one of the nasties, or if it's someone from like Rachel's side, I think it's going to be Jimmy, and he's going to be a fucking mess about it. I think I want like Morgan or Mickey to win to see if they can solidify their place in the game and like really. I want to see if someone can like. I don't want a big Power Alliance to run the season, but I want to see if somebody can like try to put themselves in that position and see what happens. If not, I want to see one of the quieter, like, give me a Catherine, give me a Lauren, give me an Adrian. I want to see what they do with the power and see if they can improve, like how they can improve from there.
Me too. Although Will and Ava shouldn't win, but whatever.
No, that's why I didn't say them. But I think the other 3 could benefit from it.
My biggest debate is the want for it to go back and forth, but the knowledge that if it goes back and forth, Rachel's going to be the first victim. You know, so that's
what I picture Rachel going up and immediately winning Veto or Blockbuster.
There you go. All right, well that's all I got. You got any? What?
What's your official burger ingredient?
Oh, I'm the mustard. We're from Chicago. I love mustard. And
Okay.
because you must have heard about me, the one of the two of TOUTTE.
One
Dang.
of the two of TOUTTE.
And you're the lettuce. Why are you the lettuce, Ryan? Because it feels right.
It was the first ingredient I thought of that would be on a burger that I didn't remember being said in the episode.
I feel like there was a lettuce. I don't
There
know.
fucking might have been. I don't know.
I think there was a lettuce.
Hopefully next week we'll keep it a little bit shorter, but we
Yeah, we
enjoy
love to yap.
yapping.
Too much yapping. All right, next week is going to be 5 minutes. That's all I got.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else. Next week, Kelly and S tier.
Next week, Kelly and S tier. All right. Take care, everyone. Love one another.
Stop.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. And